Anywho, my Genshin account needs a little bit of help in getting itself back into a more functional working order compared to what I have it as. Um, and I need to talk about it. Okay, I just need to talk about it. So, um, where do I begin? Because there's a lot that's gone on here. Um, I've not touched the abyss since God knows when, like maybe AR 40 something. I haven't touched Imaginary Theater, and it's only been out since like 5.0, but my account's not strong enough to touch it, so I just haven't. Even as like a way to scale where I am, I think there's the fear of not being able to complete it, and being terrified of that feeling. I just have pushed it off. Um, but a lot of it is because my characters aren't built, or I don't understand their kits, or I'm not sure of like who goes well with who. So I've kind of just been like guessing around because I have such a large amount of characters. And some have been built, and then there's some that like definitely need the attention. Um because why is my Chevros at level 25, but like my Barbara's at 90? So I think there's a lot of things I need to work on to make my account more functional and really boost a bunch of my characters. Um and like we might as well talk about characters. So like a lot of them are like in a way built, have a build, have a weapon of some sort, and you kind of get down like you halfway through my characters and you kind of see where I've kind of fallen off on like leveling them. And even with my built characters, we'll just do like Yelan for example. Like her talents have been like touched with like, and I've crowned a couple characters that I really like. So Ayato I've crowned, Kaya I've triple crowned. Um, but I've kind of just really neglected a lot of my characters, and I don't like. And it's something that I definitely do need to work on. It's just being able to understand their kit, figure out who goes well with who. How can I build the best team to support a DPS, and be able to conquer in-game content? And that's like a long-term goal. Long-term goal number one is to attempt Abyss, to attempt any Imaginary Theater, and then the new in-game content that's coming out with 5.7, um, which is another way to gauge where my account is and what I need to work on. Um, the also unfortunate thing that I've done um, when when I started my account was I kind of ascended my world too quickly, and I'm at 8 now at AR 58, and this is probably where I should be. But like back near like world 6, world 5, I like jumped in too quickly, and I definitely saw the struggle happen where I was clearing content, but it just took a lot longer, so I wouldn't do anything. Um, and like on top of characters, I don't know if I don't know if I've done enough. I don't know where would it be. I don't know if I've done enough like boss fighting. I forgot where that is in here. I think it's here. Maybe I was lying to myself. Uh, at some point I will find it and we can talk about it more. Oh, well, obviously. So like I've done a number of boss fights for the weeklies, but maybe like not enough. And I think that's also contributed to like my world level not utilizing the co-op, and definitely struggling more with not asking for help when I need it, and kind of being a headstrong A&D. Um, but like definitely like that facet. Oh, and like my weapons too. My weapons I've really struggled with leveling, so I have a bunch that I've leveled up for characters I really loved. And then like you can see kind of as we go down the 5 stars, and it's like some of the 4 stars too. I've like I've been able to grind it, and then I stop a little bit because I'm like, this is overwhelming. And where like or like whenever you fight the enemies and they despawn for a little bit, like that has also happened too with a couple weapons. Like, I know Yelan's weapon, it took me a lot longer to farm just because of the boss it needed. And I think it was the same with the Staff of Scarlet Sands, if I remember correctly. But either way, like, those really did need some, like, a lot of work that I wasn't really able to do at the time. But that's mostly, like, my character problem. Is eventually, like, in 6 months, whenever I come back to watch this video again, I want to be able to know how much work I've put into my account comparatively to like whatever happens in the future. Um, because I want to see a change, and the only way for me to see the change is to like mark it, and that's kind of what we're doing right now is marking what's wrong with the account and what I can do to fix it. Um, like on top of like the like, character, like we've kind of covered the character thing. Now the exploration is a different story because you kind of can see like some good progress in Natlan, and then like I haven't really touched Chinyu Vale at all. Leeway's got some, but like not enough. Mondstadt's really good, like like really good subjective because like I think anything above 75 and I'm like okay like we're like we don't have to explore this. Um, Inazuma has some numbers. Let me do the overworld map, and then like the desert, we really struggled. Like that 4% is really crazy. This 1% is really crazy. Um, and Natlan I've really barely touched. Like I think I've been able to explore enough to do quests and to do a couple like reputation stuff. But we can see that like that's also a thing. Like we haven't really touched a whole bunch. Let me go into like Economia. Like Economia, I've got some progress. The Chasm, we've got some progress. We just started the quest for the Sea of the Bygone Eras. So this one doesn't have a lot, but we did just start this quest. So I'm not like, I'm not gonna hold myself crazy to that amount of pressure because we did just start this progress. But then, like, alternatively, I don't think I did a lot when I was like just starting my account. Like I think my like my no what's it called? Like my reputation's really rough. I know Mondstadt has been maxed for certain. Um, because I've kind of set what I've kind of started doing is setting my commissions to where I'm going. So like if I'm doing reputation for Mondstadt, then my commissions are in Mondstadt. Um, yeah, see my Mondstadt's at max level. Like I'm still missing some stuff, but um it's more like the reputation level that I'm looking for. And I think Leeway's also max, because I think all my stuff is currently in Inazuma. If I recall correctly, I could be wrong. But I'm like 6%, I'm like fairly certain that Leeway is also maxed. And then like the other exploratory, so like Dragon Spine doesn't have a whole bunch done. Yeah, Inazuma's, not Inazuma, Leeway's done. My Dragon Spine tree, I guess we're gonna just cover them all while we're on here. I know Dragon Spine I haven't really explored at all. And it's just like I think it's just because I just the sheer cold kind of frustrates me a little bit, so I just avoid it. Um yeah, so like I bet like yeah, so like there's a lot more work I could do here. Um, but on top of that, so if we're gonna go through all of like the shrines too, I've got some progress on the Sakura tree. I'm not sure how much. Um, but we can go check. I think I'm in the 20s, but I know there's a lot more levels and a lot more for me to explore to be able to level these. Yeah, 13. Um, but there's a whole bunch that I could do. So we've got a lot of work in progress here. And like exploring takes a lot of time, which is something I've now learned. I thought it'd be really easy, but now learning, it's definitely not as, I think I currently am an Inazuma. Yeah, so like we're almost at the max, and we have our weeklies that we can do too, so this will help boost that number. Um, I think in Sumeru we've got the Varnar, the Tree of Dreams. But I forgot where the reputation was. Okay, yeah. It's really hard to remember because I don't think I've touched this at all. Like maybe the minimum is like for exploring or like for quests, but I definitely don't think I've done any weekly for Sumeru. I think I'm probably still at like reputation 1 or 2. Yeah. Yeah, and like that's a lot. I mean, we have a ton of progress that we can do. It's honestly just doing them. And I probably... Oh yeah, the Varnar tree. Whoopsies, my bad, my bad. I still haven't done this R&R quest, but that's a different point for later, or for... It's coming up. It's not what we're talking about currently, which is just the exploration. But I know I've done a little bit here. I've done a little bit more here than I have in reputation. Which is, like, not shocking, but I think I've explored more than done any questing. Let's look. Well, I mean, five's a lot more than I thought I had, so, but there's a lot more to offer here as well. Now, Fontaine, we've got reputation, and we've got the fountain. And I did just upgrade some of the fountain today, too. It's not like a whole bunch, but like a couple levels, really. Let me show you. I really want to do I want to get to Fontaine as quick as I can to be able to get the crystal fly trap. So in the future, that will probably be the goal, because I've heard how much of a clutch it is to have it, so I very much want. I just want it. And then our fountain. I didn't realize that, like, there's a lot here that I have not done. But it's okay, because we're gonna fix the account and it's gonna be perfect. Or not perfect, it's gonna be functional, dare I say. Let's look. I did upgrade a little bit of the fountain. Yeah, but it's only a little late. There's a lot we haven't done in Fontaine, really. But, you know, small progress is always better than no progress, in my opinion. And then, like, every place in Natlan has their own reputation, and I don't think I have much. Like, you can kind of see the quests that are popping up and all the tribal chronicles. But I can only show you the tome. So we can show the last one. Because I definitely haven't leveled up much in Natlan at all, if any. Yeah, we're a level 2 here. So like we've done enough to like make it functional, but not enough to like it's there, but like we haven't leveled it at all. But like a couple nitpicky things that I've noticed is I have a ton of world quests I haven't done. And this was a lot longer, but I have done like a couple of like the smaller ones. But I still have to do Arnara. And there's a couple of the other bigger ones that I need to catch up on. But like these also come with time, so I'm not too stressed. I did catch up on story quests. So the only one, like I did all of them. So at least that's done. But it's a lot of like world quests, all of the smaller ones, and you know, exploring everything, which like given takes a lot of time. But also if like we're nitpicking my account, I don't have any copies of the catch. Solely because I remember getting the quest to have the fishing pole because I have it somewhere. Like, I've got the fishing pole, but I have not used it. Which, like, to be able to, like, level up a couple of my characters, I do want to get the catch. Not saying it's super essential, just, like, it would definitely help my account be able to flourish a little bit more is if I have a couple copies of the catch for sure. Like kind of the nitpicky things, like if I were to like stare down my account, I could probably list a whole lot of problems. Like you can kind of see where my exploration's kind of not been helpful, or my lack of it, is I haven't really explored a whole bunch. But I also took like I took a really extended break in the middle of Fontaine. I think it was like maybe 5 patches worth of me just not doing things, so that also probably contributes to like how much my account isn't really existing currently. But it's something that I want to work on. So in terms of how I want to see my account, I'm gonna teleport somewhere. We can go here. In terms of wanting to see my account grow, there are a couple things that I want to do. Is first, I want to make sure that I've built really solid supports. Really solid supports would just be really like stronger DPSs. So like making sure my Chevreuse is built for Overload, or my Auron's on my to-do list, so he's up here. And I've kind of just taken a lot of time in leveling my characters because it takes a lot of resin to do so, but now I'm seeing that like it takes a lot more than I originally thought to like build a character. And that kind of comes with time, because I've only been playing Genshin for at least 3 years, I think. Because I started I started right at the end of 2.8, because that's when I got Zhongli. So like basically 3.0, like almost. So I'm very much started like very like new, like it's been a little bit of time. But I want to like make sure that I'm building my characters, I'm leveling, and I'm like taking the time to understand what they do, who they are, and like how I can make a cohesive team is goal number 1. Goal number 2 is okay, goal number 2 is just taking a little bit of time every week to explore. So whether like just like doesn't really matter where, as long as it's being done, I will consider it a win. Just to like make sure that like I'm not dealing with like 50s and 20s and like single digits, the poor desert man. Or like just taking a little bit of time and like separating it by nation, maybe, just so like everyone gets attention. Because I don't think I don't think the perfectionism in me is going to like let it go, but I need to learn how to let it go for sure. Another marker is being able to clear the Abyss. If I can clear any round of Abyss, it'll probably get posted at some point, but just to have it, because eventually I'll try and make a little starter of like what's wrong with my rotations, what's wrong with my characters, am I building the character even correctly? Because it's something that I'm not really like looking forward to, is like going in and having to consistently reset, but it is like it's the only way to like kind of learn what your account needs, and I think it's time that we figure that out without me kind of like looking at my account and being like, okay, what's wrong with you? Another thing I want to do is I want to give a character like a week where I just use the 1400 resin you get for the 7 days and just see how far I can get in a build. Because if I can do a little bit of that, because I don't have a bunch of saved fragile resin, so I'm trying to like build up that storage again. But just taking a week and building them just to see how far I can get, and if I'm satisfied with it, then I will move on to the next character. Just because I have wrong button. Because I have a ton of weapons that need to get built. I have a ton of artifacts that probably need a home. Also Kale on this is crazy. And there are sets that I haven't been able to grind because I've kind of not been using my resin to its most productive use, but it's okay. I also want to have an R5 catch, so goal 4 is to have an R5 catch. Maybe just one R5. I don't know if I'm gonna need any. But I think that's the real mile marker here. Is being able to, well, one, hit AR60 eventually. So we're gonna add that to the thing. But just being able to get enough, or to be able to understand my account more, to be able to buff my account the best I can, and support it with the smarter decisions of how to build a character. But I think that's all I have. So I hope you guys have really enjoyed looking through my account with me. In 6 months, I do want to come back, so I will make another video just going over it again. And just seeing, like, how much of a train wreck this was versus a probably more polished version of it by then. And I really hope that you guys come back for that as well. But thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye!